What's up, Lantern fans? It's the Emerald Enthusiast, the co-host of the Emerald Echo podcast. Here with a look at the DC Collectibles, DC Comics cover girl statue of the Red Lantern femme fatale. She is Bleez. So you'll notice that I marked this video as for adult collectors only. Most of my videos are very kid-friendly. However, this is not one of them. I'd like to point out here that, first of all, this is a very expensive collectible. It also has lots of very fragile parts, as you can see here. It also contains numerous very sharp parts. This is not a toy. This is not for young children. In fact, I would say that this is for collectors in their late teens and up. So be aware of that if you're watching this video. I'd also like to point out later on I will discuss Bleez's backstory, and I want to issue a trigger warning there. There is some material that I will discuss that is certainly not for children, so be forewarned there. That being said, I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. So let's have a quick look at the box. On the front, you get a very nice product shot. It says DC Collectibles and Red Lantern Bleez. On this side, you get a full body shot. And here is the creative team. On the other side, you get a close-up shot, and I think that looks really nice. On the top is the Red Lantern logo. And on the back, you get product shots of some of the other statues available in the DC CoverGirls line. Here you see Wonder Woman and Catwoman. And here is Bleez out of the box and ready to rage. I'm very thankful that I got this statue not long after it hit the market, because it has since skyrocketed in price, and it's also very difficult to find. I really like all the details on this statue, so let's take a closer look at those details now. So now a word on Bleez's character development. This is what Bleez looked like originally. The character is a creation of Shane Davis and Jeff Johns. She was part of this winged race from the planet Havania, but eventually she was kidnapped and tortured and sexually assaulted by the Sinestro Corps. And her rage became so great that a red ring found her, and that ring turned her into the monstrous version of herself that we see depicted here. So let's start with a look at the base, and I really like this. It almost looks volcanic. I really like this translucent material. There's the Red Lantern logo on the front. That's sculpted in there. I like that. On the bottom, this is numbered out of 5,200. And the way she fits on this, there's a hole right here, and this just ports in like so. And then her back foot sits in just like that. And she feels very sturdy. She doesn't feel like she's going to fall, so I certainly appreciate that. So let's take a look at the lower body here, and this is just exquisite. I like the pose because it's equal parts seductive and aggressive, and that's very fitting for Bleez. You can see how flawlessly the paint is done here. Certainly like that. I like how it's sculpted out. There's not much more to say about that. This is just a very fine work. So let's have a look at the torso here, and you can see there's all these little wrinkles sculpted in to denote clothing. Certainly appreciate that. At the same time, you get musculature. Like you see the abdominals here, and that's certainly very cool. I like how the costume goes over the upper torso, and you can see how reflective and deep that red is. Maybe would have liked for the Red Lantern logo to be a little bit more pronounced, but maybe they couldn't do that with the way that the statue was sculpted. But this is certainly an impressive torso. And I certainly appreciate that both of her hands are kind of turned into claws, and you can also see the Red Lantern ring sculpted right here. That's really impressive. Such a small area to do that, but it's done very well. And here's the left hand, and I really appreciate how this is done. I mean, you can see how aggressive it looks. You see how pointy the fingernails are. Yeah, that just looks really cool. So that is, again, just very fine work done on this. And I, again, love this coloring. I love how reflective it is. And here's a look at the statue's back. Again, I appreciate the musculature back here and the way that these bone wings fit into the body of the statue. Just very impressive. And again, the paint, everything's very exact and very well done. Now, I certainly like these bone wings. As you can see, they're not solid white. There's a lot of detail on these. There's this wash that has been given over it, I think, and they're kind of beige and yellow and almost a brown around the knuckles, and they really look like bones, and I just like how, intimidating they are. They look sharp. However, these feel like they could very easily break. As you can see here, how easily I'm manipulating these. I certainly would not ever pick this statue up by these. I never do that. I always grab it by the base down here. And this is actually the first time in years that this statue has been out of a display case. So take extreme care with these bone wings if you decide to purchase this statue. And the highlight of this statue, for me at least, is this head. I just think it's amazing. I love the skin tone. That's very accurate for Bleez. The crazy eyes. Just the overall devious, evil look she has. Love the bat wings up here. All the detail on the mask. You got all these lines that are sculpted in. The way the collar's flipped up and how pointy the shoulder pads are. There's nothing else I can say about this other than it is absolute perfection. I certainly hope you have enjoyed this review. If so, please like and subscribe. Remember to catch me on the Multiverse Musings vidcast, available right here on YouTube, where we cover all the happenings in the DC and Marvel universes and beyond. And I'll be back to the internet with more Green Lantern related content soon. But until we meet again, this has been the Emerald Enthusiast, and thanks for watching.